the fuck was that kid? Hey, what is up, you guys? It's your girl Gina Tong, back with another YouTube video for y'all. And get your glass, get your wine, because we about to have story time. Alright, so I know I owe my like 5 subscribers a little bit of an excuse on why I've been gone for roughly a year. So basically what happened was life. No, I'm just joking. But so roughly about 2 years ago, I ended up taking my living situation where I was living with my parents for all of my life, and I ended up kind of having really strong feelings for this guy that I'm still currently in a relationship with, and I took my life from my parents' house and moved it to his house. That big of a life change kind of gave me a little bit of a creator's block. I just needed to kind of find myself again, and now that I feel like I'm where I want to be and I don't have my creative block anymore, I feel like I'm doing good in life, and I want to make YouTube videos. I'm encouraging myself to make YouTube videos. It's something that I want to do, and it doesn't even matter if I have a million people watching me or a few 5 people that watching me. The fact is, I love doing this. I love you guys for watching me and supporting me, and I'm sorry that I've been out for a year, but that's all I can really say at the situation. So, now, grab your wine, bitch, because it's story time. So, the whole reason you probably clicked on this was the title of the story, My Black-Eyed Child Experience. We're going to talk words and all that fun jazzy shit today. Yes, bitches. Okay, so this happened about, I want to say in about 7th or 8th grade-ish. I can't remember the exact time frame, but I do know that at this time I was going to my second middle school, grade school, it would technically be junior high. So at this point I was going to junior high. At this point I was going to junior high, and I know this because of the fact that I was taking the bus home, big yellow cheese bus, home from school. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know what black-eyed children are, but I'll go over a brief description of some of the things that I've gotten from watching the YouTube videos. But briefly, what black-eyed children are, they're basically a paranormal entity or something demonic, something that nobody knows. It's an unexplained thing in child form. Basically what black-eyed children are is they'll come to your door, they'll knock at your door, or they'll knock at your car window, or they'll come up to you and they will ask you for something. And the point of them asking you for something is to lure you in. And sometimes you kind of get drawn into this. You don't understand why you're being drawn into it, but something about it makes you want it. And the second you go to reach for it or give them what they want, like they'll ask you for your phone, they'll ask you to come in, they just want to get inside. And the second you give them permission to, they fuck up your whole life. So there's one experience with this lady and this man. They were at their house one night, and it's rainy night. They get a knock at the door, and they open the door, and it's these black-eyed children. And they didn't even see their faces. Like, they had their hoods pulled up. More or less, they're dressed kind of modern, very casual, nothing too out there, but more old school, if that makes sense, like later days. They ended up, the black-eyed children, I don't remember what they asked them for. They asked them to come inside, use their phones, something about their parents were going to be here soon. So the woman and the man agreed to let them in, and the second they let them in, that's when they took their hoods off, and they see these black-eyed children. They let the kids in, and basically throughout the night some weird shit starts happening. Lights flicker, they keep saying something about their parents are going to be there, their parents are going to be there. Eventually the lights go off, the husband ends up having a nosebleed when the lights come on, the parents show up, they said there was a black car outside, kids go out, they leave, they don't see the kids again. After the kids leave, the husband, he ends up having a bunch of like medical issues, and the wife, he ends up dying a lot earlier than what he was supposed to, and something happened with the wife. I don't know. It's a bunch of medical issues as well. It's basically, you're not supposed to let these black-eyed children in. If you want, you could look up the real story. I believe that Kendall Ray, she tells it she tells it a lot better than me. I watched Shane Dawson's video on it. He explains it so much better than me. Well, my experience wasn't directly face on with black-eyed child. Well, the reason why I explained the bus is because that's where it happened at. So we were driving down one of the streets to obviously take me home. It was one of the busier city streets. The bus had it sectioned out so that it was like the younger kids would sit in the front, middle schooler kids would sit in the middle, and the older junior high students would sit in the back. I remember it was me and like 4 or 5 of the kids that I was actually in the same grade with sitting all in the back. We're just driving down this busy city street, and somebody, I didn't see him at first, Somebody points this kid out and they're like, look at that kid. Everybody on this side of the bus moves to that side of the bus. And we're all looking out the window at this child. The thing that kind of confuses me about this, because he wasn't wearing like later day things. It was kind of more like he's wearing a hoodie, and it was a gray hoodie. And he was wearing like these blackish trip pants. But it wasn't like, you know, older style. It was more like in that era style. But his entire eyes were black, and he was approaching a man. Obviously, the bus we just rolled by him briefly, and we kept going. Everybody in the bus was freaking the fuck out. They're just like, what the fuck did we just see? What the fuck was that kid? Who the fuck was that kid? All I remember what the kid was, he was definitely taller than me. Everybody's fucking taller than me. But other than the hoodie that I remember him having on, I remember he had like this curly red hair, like the kid Kyle from South Park. Really up there, curly red hair, and then he had freckles all over his face. Really pale white skin, and he was just approaching this man. We never seen the kid again. We don't know what happened to the man. That's all I really have to say about the experience. Yes, it kind of creeped me the fuck out thinking about it now, and after watching all these YouTube videos on it, it like makes me think back to that time, and I'm like, was that a black-eyed child? Was it just a kid? Or maybe he had contacts. I don't fucking know, but I don't know. It was just something. I felt like sharing the story with you, so there you go. Don't let black-eyed children in. That's the moral of this entire YouTube video. I will be back with you guys with some more story times where we will talk words and all that fun jazzy stuff. And that was Gina Chong, and I am out.